There are three types of solutions that you can purchase to expand the storage of your Xbox Series S or Series X. These include external hard drives, external SSDs, and of course the very expensive and controversial Seagate expansion card. Unlike with the last generation, this time around, choosing additional storage isn't as simple as just picking the best value for money and biggest size hard drive. There are now a variety of different factors to consider, the most important being compatibility with next generation titles. The reason why the Seagate expansion card is so expensive is because of how blazing fast the drive speeds are, and the Seagate expansion card is the only full-speed add-on storage solution. So by simply connecting this to the rear of your console, you get the exact same performance as the internal drive. In addition, this Seagate card is probably the easiest one to set up. When you do connect it into your console, straight away it is formatted correctly and just works within seconds. There are some other options that are significantly cheaper but have a few trade-offs, and these options are both external SSDs and also external hard drives. With these storage formats, you cannot play next generation games that are Series S and Series X supported directly off of these drives. But you can still play past generation games, which makes them incredibly useful for Game Pass. The major difference between an external hard drive and an external SSD are the drive speeds. With an external hard drive, there is a physical disk inside of the case that is spinning, and this creates a bottleneck and a limitation of how fast that data can be accessed. This also causes a few other things to be aware of. Very commonly, external hard drives require an additional power supply to provide power to the disk so it can spin, and while the drive is in use, the internal disk will make a significant amount of noise. And over time, with more and more hours of usage, the lifespan of the spinning disk will gradually decrease. But the benefits of an external hard drive is how cheap they are. For the price, you can get a crazy amount of storage, with multiple terabytes costing you no more than $100, which makes this ideal if you're a heavy user of past generation games on Game Pass. You could literally install the entire Game Pass library onto this drive and you could access them perfectly fine. However, the major benefits of purchasing an SSD is the much quicker drive speeds, letting you load your games and also game saves in much faster, but more importantly, the drives are completely silent, don't require additional power, and are a much better option for quickly transferring games. Now, although these SSDs cannot play Series S and Series X titles, it doesn't mean that you cannot store them on it. This is a great feature that lets you transfer games off of your internal storage onto your external storage, and vice versa, which prevents you from having to completely delete your games and then reinstalling them, which is very useful for titles such as Call of Duty, which take ages to install because they're in the hundreds of gigabytes. But if you use a fast SSD, you can quickly transfer this game on and off your console, which is always going to be faster than re-downloading it across the Wi-Fi. In conclusion, the perfect solution is the Seagate expansion card. It has no restrictions to the games that can be played from that drive, and overall it is the easiest solution. If the Seagate expansion card is just simply too expensive for you, the next best option is obviously an external SSD. This will let you transfer games between the internal storage and the external storage, and is a much faster option than trying to do this with an external hard drive. Furthermore, it's a fantastic option for playing past generation games because they'll still load in very fast off the SSD, and it means you're not wasting any valuable next generation storage space on your internal storage. I will provide links to the best storage options in the video description down below. And if you want to see a storage speed test of the Xbox Series S versus the original Xbox One, I recommend checking out this video next.